Hi students, welcome to Heat Part 2. In the previous video, we studied the definitions of heat, temperature, and we knew that heat and temperature are not same. In this video, we are going to know about heat flow, that is direction of heat flow, thermal equilibrium, and also why we feel some objects to be cold and some objects to be hot, and why are some objects are colder than other bodies and why are some objects are hotter than other objects. Now we are going to discuss about heat flow and thermal equilibrium in this video. So in the previous video, we have got the idea of heat and temperature. So heat is a form of energy and temperature is a physical quantity which measures the degree of hotness or degree of coldness. And we also understood that internally the atomic activity or the molecular activity of hotter body will be more, they will be moving fast, and the atomic activity or molecular activity of the colder bodies will be slow. So till that we have understood, and now let us try to understand heat flow and what are the conditions essential for the heat flow. The conditions essential for heat flow. The conditions essential for heat flow. Number one, both the bodies must be at different temperatures. So first point, temperature difference. And second point, there must be contact between the two bodies for the heat to flow from one body to another body, that is thermal contact. What is thermal contact? For example, if I take body A and if I take body B, for the heat to flow from body A to body B or from body B to body A, the thing is, first condition, this body A and body B must be at different temperatures. Next thing, there must be a thermal contact between the two bodies. For example, I am establishing a contact. I am joining both the bodies by using a metal rod or metal wire. As this metal is conductor of heat, so heat can flow from body A to body B, or directly both body A can be in physical contact with body B. So here body A and body B are somehow contact in physical contact. And can we say that there is a thermal contact? Yes, definitely, because we have joined body A and body B with metal. Metal is a conductor of heat, and if A allows heat to flow to B, and it happens through a metal conductor. And if at all, consider no heat loss to the surrounding, consider this is an isolated system, and if you would like to join both the bodies with a wooden piece, can heat transfer from body A to body B? So there is a physical contact, but is there a thermal contact? No. Heat doesn't transfer from body A to body B. So this, if it is wood, there may be a physical contact, but this cannot be a thermal contact. So in this case, no heat transfers. So the two essential conditions for the heat to flow from one body to another body are temperature difference. That means both the bodies must be at different temperatures, and there must be a thermal contact between the two bodies. So if there is a thermal contact between two bodies and the bodies are at different temperatures, Definitely the energy heat flow from one body to another body. Now the question arises, in which direction? Direction of heat flow. So we are not clear of the heat flow. If the heat flows from body A to body B or body B to body A. That is the question. Direction of heat flow. In which direction does the heat flow? Now here temperature comes into the see. The body with high temperature, definitely one body will be with low temperature. If two bodies are at different temperatures, one must have high temperature, the other must have low temperature. Consider if this body A is at high temperature and body B is at low temperature. If body A is at high temperature, body B is at low temperature, and if there is a thermal contact, definitely heat flow from high temperature body to low temperature body. That is the definition we have discussed earlier. Heat energy flow from high temperature body to low temperature body. So here, as A is the high temperature body and B is the low temperature body, always heat energy flows from high temperature body to low temperature body. And here our A is high temperature body and our B is low temperature body. So this will be the direction of heat flow. So from this, it is very important that direction of heat flow is determined by the temperature. So very important point, dash determines the direction of heat flow, or which determines the direction of heat flow is the temperature. Temperature determines the direction of heat flow. So we got the answer. In which direction does the heat flow? Heat flows from high temperature body to low temperature body. What is deciding the direction of heat flow here? The temperature is deciding the direction of heat flow. So here we have got another difference for heat and temperature. Heat is the energy that flows from high temperature body to low temperature body, and temperature is the physical quantity that determines the direction of heat flow. So did you get the difference? So earlier we discussed the definitions of heat and temperature, and we are going to into their differences further. So here you can differentiate heat and temperature in this way also, that heat is the energy that flows from high temperature body to low temperature body, and the temperature, as we discussed earlier, it is a physical quantity. The temperature is a quantity that determines the direction of the heat flow. So here we understood temperature difference is essential for the heat flow definitely, and high temperature body loses energy to low temperature body, or low temperature body gains the energy from high temperature body if there is only thermal contact. So hope you got the conditions of heat flow. Now next question is, well, okay, so for this question to be answered, if two bodies are at different temperatures and there exists a thermal contact between both the bodies, heat flow takes place. Yes, high temperature body loses heat, low temperature body gains heat, and this will be a continuous process until, so this is high temperature body, this is low temperature body. If you establish a connection between them, heat flow. So I am showing these elements. This is high temperature, this is low temperature. High temperature body loses heat, low temperature body gains heat. This will happen when both the bodies attain same temperature. So when they are at equal level, when both the bodies are at same temperature, now what is the first condition? Temperature difference. Now it lost the heat, it gained the heat, and finally they attained same temperature. Now will the heat flow? What is the first condition? They must be at different temperatures, but what is the condition of same temperature? This condition of the two bodies in thermal contact to attain same temperature is called as thermal equilibrium. I hope you got it. So body A, which is at high temperature, loses heat to body B at low temperature, right? But this heat flow takes place until both the bodies attain same temperature. So that condition of attaining same temperature is called as equilibrium. Which equilibrium? Thermal equilibrium. So I hope you know the meaning of the word equilibrium. It is physical state of balance. Now they are in a physical state of balance. Which physical state? Heat temperature. They have same temperature. So based on the temperature terms, they have attained a balance. Both attained same temperature. So this is the state of physical balance actually. So hence you call this state as thermal equilibrium. What is thermal equilibrium? The condition of both the bodies in thermal contact to attain equal temperatures or same temperatures is called as thermal equilibrium. So here we have learned about heat flow, that heat energy flows from one body to another body, as our definition itself tells that. But for the heat flow, for the heat to flow, so there are two essential conditions. They are temperature difference. For the heat flow to take place, the bodies must be at different temperature, and definitely there must exist a thermal contact between the bodies. And definitely there are two bodies with a temperature difference and there is a thermal contact between them, heat flows until they attain equal temperatures. And that condition of equal temperatures, or the bodies attaining equal temperatures, is called as thermal equilibrium. What do we call it as? Thermal equilibrium. So I hope you got it now. Now let us understand the degree of hotness and degree of coldness further. Consider a metal piece and a wooden piece and put them in the refrigerator or ice box for 15 minutes. Then after 15 minutes, take both the bodies out, those are metal piece and wooden piece, and touch them both, the metal piece and wooden piece. What do you observe? Which piece seems to be called a metal piece or wooden piece? Metal piece, of course, definitely. So let me make it clear. When you enter into a park, there are two benches. One is made up of metal, the other is made up of wood. When you go and sit on a metal bench, it feels to be colder than that of wooden bench, right? In the same way, in summer, if you go to the same park and sit on the metal bench, you feel it to be hotter than that of wooden bench. Why this is happening? So let us try to understand here. For the heat to flow, thermal contact is essential. When you are touching a metal piece, you are making a thermal contact with the metal piece through your finger, right? And when you are touching the wooden piece, you are making a thermal contact through your finger, right? And as we discussed earlier, heat flows from high temperature body to low temperature body. So when you touch the metal piece, heat flows from your body to the metal piece, or your body loses heat to the metal piece. Why? Because you are the high temperature body. Your body is at high temperature when compared to the temperature of metal piece. And same thing happens. But you know, wooden piece will be at less degree of coldness. Metal piece will be at higher degree of coldness because of its nature. When you make a thermal contact to metal, the heat loss takes place to the bulk of the metal piece. But when you touch a wooden piece, the heat is lost only at the point of contact or just to the mere surface. So because of this difference in the nature of metal and the nature of wood, you lose more heat to metal piece and less heat to wooden piece. So that's why as you lose more heat, you feel the metal piece to be colder than the wooden piece. So the degree of hotness or degree of coldness is determined by the amount of heat they gain, and to the amount of heat they gain, what is the temperature they are going to rise. So the amount of heat gained itself doesn't determine the rise in temperature of a body. So from this, we have to understand that nature of the body is also essential for the temperature rise. So that we'll discuss in the latter topic in detail, and there you are going to get one important word called as specific heat of bodies, where the specific heat of body is based on the nature of the body.
In summer, as the temperature of the atmosphere is high, you feel hot as your body gains heat, and in winter, your body loses heat to the atmosphere, so you feel cool. If there is no exchange of heat between atmosphere and your body, you feel normal. And in the same way, the furniture in the room will be in thermal equilibrium with the atmosphere. And when you are near a fireplace, your body gains heat. Heat transfer takes place from the fireplace or from the fire to your body, and we feel hot. And in the same way, when you touch cold object like ice cream, ice cube, heat transfers from your body to the ice cube or ice cream. So as your body loses heat, you feel cold. So the answer for the question that why do you feel some objects to be hot and why do you feel some objects to be cold is that if you gain heat, you feel hot. If you lose heat, you feel cool.
Now, after this activity, let us discuss about thermal equilibrium further. Take two containers. Fill one container with hot water. Fill the other container with cold water.
Now take a thermometer whose initial reading is 20 degrees Celsius. Now dip the thermometer in the container containing hot water. Observe the mercury level. It is very clear that you can see the rise in the mercury level. Next, take the thermometer and put it in the container containing cold water, and you can clearly notice that there is a drop in the level of the mercury column in the thermometer. Make the readings carefully in your notebook and try to understand why this is happening. Initially, when you put the thermometer in hot water, mercury level increased. That is due to expansion of mercury due to heat gain. So in this case, heat transfer took place from hot water to mercury. In the second case, the fall in the mercury level indicates that contraction of mercury due to loss of heat. Here, mercury lost its heat to water. So this activity is very much useful in order to answer the question, the direction of heat flow, that heat flows from high temperature body to low temperature body. In the first case, that is from hot water to mercury. In the second case, from mercury to cold water. So this transfer takes place until mercury and water attain thermal equilibrium in both the cases. Another important point we should observe here is thermometer reading is considered when the mercury attains thermal equilibrium with the objects in contact. So that is, temperature is the reading of thermal equilibrium.
The next concept, by performing another activity, so take hot water in the container. And pour some oil slowly on the surface of the water. Take the utmost care that oil do not mix up with the water.
Now close the container with a lid which contains two holes and put two thermometers through the two holes such that one thermometer will be in contact with only oil and the other thermometer will be in contact with only hot water. Initially, the mercury level of thermometer which is in contact with hot water will be at higher level and the mercury level of the thermometer which is in contact with oil will be at lower level. Now as the hot water and oil are in contact, heat exchange takes place between them as there is temperature difference and they are in thermal contact. It is very much clear and we can understand that heat is transferring from hot water to oil, which is resulting in the decrease in the speed of the water molecules and increase in the speed of oil molecules. That is, the activity of water molecules is decreasing and the activity of oil molecules is increasing. So this activity also shows that heat transfers from high temperature body to low temperature body, and this activity also useful to explain that heat gain also increases the speed of the molecules, that is, the internal kinetic energy of the system increases as the temperature rises.